YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Baylor TV. I'm back on another reaction video for y'all. Today we're gonna be reacting to Divorce Court. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, the title is crazy because once y'all see everything, y'all gonna say the title crazy. So the title is called Hungry for Change. Yo, this is, I'm not gonna lie, I like the title, bro. I'm not gonna cap. So let's get right into it, man. Let's go.
Miss Brown says her boyfriend, Mr. Lee, lacks motivation and it's beginning to weigh down their relationship. Now she's putting her foot down. Today on Divorce Court. All rise. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Brown versus Lee.
Thank you very much, Ms. Brown and Mr. Lee. You may be seated. Ms. Brown, Mr. Lee, you have been together, dating for 4 years. You do live together. You have no children together. But you're trying to decide if this is the time for the relationship to move to the next level or whether or not it's actually over. Ms. Brown, why are we in court today?
Your Honor, I'm here today because I love my Vincent. When we first got together, it seemed like he was adamant about doing things together, being active, but now it just seems like he's lazy when it comes to me. He is not consistent or serious about living a healthy lifestyle. He's always disappearing, and I feel like he's cheating on me. So today, I need a lie detector test to determine what's gonna happen with our relationship, if we're gonna be together, if we're gonna be married, or what.
So it's time to fish or cut bait is what you're telling me.
Absolutely.
All right, Mr. Lee, you heard what Ms. Brown said. What do you say?
I just want to say congratulations to you and your weight loss.
Oh, yes.
And I just want to say that I'm here to defend myself and let her know that I do love her. I do love you. And all of the accusations is just false. I am going to the gym. And when I don't answer my phone, it is like business type stuff, standing on business.
So, Mr. Lee, I hear what you're saying. And because you acknowledged it, for many years, pretty much the vast.
I want to pause it right there. Mr. Lee, I hope you came with some evidence. You say you've been going to the gym. I hope you've been dieting, fam. I don't know how long you've been going to the gym, but I hope you brought a before and after just to see at least like you lost 10 pounds, 15 pounds, because they're big on evidence.
Majority of my adult life, I was obese or morbidly obese. And so I took control of my health and my life. And that was a major goal for me. So I'm saying to you right now, regardless of what happens in this relationship, your relationship with your health is your #1 relationship. That's it.
Yes.
That's it. I used to think my law degree was my biggest accomplishment. Being healthy is my biggest accomplishment. So I need you to be focused in that regard.
And I am.
Tell me how you all met and what got us to this point.
Well, Vincent and I met in the beginning of 2020. I had shortly before that, I had bought a home and had a break-in. So I hired him initially to do the security gate for my house. And within that time of him working on the fence, we had just become friends. I would go out and check on him, see if he needed water, see if he needed anything to eat, just make sure he was fine. And then after he got done with the job, I just noticed that he was still around. We would talk, he would call and check on me. And one day in particular, I was at school. I looked on my security cameras and I see him outside cutting the grass. So from then I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna be your wife. You are gonna be my husband. Like, I love acts of service.
You did not have to ask him anything. Your love language was being spoken. Is that correct?
You should have
Absolutely.
seen that yard, Your Honor.
Oh, you had no choice but to say, ooh, let me go up in here and help this child.
Yeah.
So you that kind of brother.
Yeah, I gotta be. It's in my system.
So how in the heck do you go from
Get that up out your system, fam. Up out your system. Don't, oh my God.
this man doing an act of service that was not even requested to I am in divorce court because he's not somebody that I can rely on? What's going on?
I just feel like he's not adamant about trying to be healthy. And we had a pre-workout plan where we decided we were gonna work out only 4 days a week. It's 7 days out the week. Judge, 4 days is not that bad. And he said he wanted to do it as well.
I'm doing 2 a day. I'm working out with my friends in the morning and doing my work.
But we
and
decided,
then I'm coming home and you want me to go to the gym.
But we decided we were gonna do 4 days a week.
Wait a minute. Did you decide? Or did
She
the
decided.
two of you decide?
That intuition just kicked in, Your Honor.
Correct.
And she in shape, I'm not. I'm in that mode like I'm chasing behind the ice cream truck. She She in there doing legs and arms, looking good.
Ms.
Your
Brown?
Honor, but this is something that he said he wanted to do as well. So one day in particular, we were at the gym. I was on the stair climber, I'm working out, I'm getting it in. I look out the window and I see him in the car. So I go out to the car, see what's going on, see why it's taking him so long to come inside. And he's in there eating Popeyes inside the car before we work out. So I say, well, Vince, we said we were gonna work out. Why are you eating Popeyes? He said this was his pre-workout. Your Honor, I understand he might have been hungry, he had a long day at work, but he could have at least gotten a salad instead of some chicken and mashed potatoes.
Look, I had my weight resistant bands on. So when I was eating the Popeyes, it was technically like I was lifting 3 to 5 pounds.
Your
Mr.
Honor, no,
Lee?
he making it.
Fam, you out of pocket. You out of pocket, Mr. Lee. And I ain't gonna care. I feel like your girl, whatever. I feel like she really brought you up here to embarrass you, fam. I feel like she clout chasing and she coming up here to embarrass you, fam. And you accepting it. And you embarrassing yourself talking about something you had the weight band and nah, bro, you out of pocket.
I'm just saying. I'm a big person.
Mr. Lee.
I'm a big person.
Mr. Lee.
She's a small person.
Mr. Lee.
Yes, Your Honor.
You know that works on other people, not me, right?
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
do realize I have made every excuse in the book. You talking to me. You're not talking to Bucko 5 dripping wet. At my highest, I was 307 pounds and I'm 5'5". So when I say to you, excuses are tools of the incompetent. They build monuments to nothingness. Those who excel in them seldom excel in anything else. If this is important to you, you will make the change. If this is important to you. But what the two of you have to determine is whether or not your relationship can withstand you figuring out the best way you can take care of your health. And that's a very difficult thing, but you have a right to say, my needs have changed. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay. What else has been a problem? Because I understand that you all had some starts and stops a couple of times. There was a juice cleanse situation.
Absolutely. So we decided we were going to do the juice cleanse for 4 days. Again, like I said, we decided together we were going to do the 4 days.
I cannot believe that, Ms. Brown. Mr. Lee is eating Popeyes in the parking lot.
But when I have my burgers and stuff, I have no mayo and extra lettuce.
I'm glad for you.
That's not enough, Judge.
No, it's not. But
No.
the fact that, quite frankly, Mr. Lee, you and I both know this. I know how to order a double Whopper with cheese, extra ketchup, extra mayonnaise, no pickles. See how I just roll right off my tongue still?
Yeah.
I have to resist that.
He was supposed to be installing a security camera. Then he slipped up and told me that he actually installed a stripper pole that night. So I was like, oh, well, what happened to the security camera? Is that why you were gone all night? Did the girl give you a stripper pole dance, test out the pole before you left as well? And he was like, oh, yeah, Your Honor.
I was making a joke.
So you have to determine if that's what
At
you
my
want.
defense, she shouldn't live so close to those restaurants.
What?
Fam, you making excuses, fam. Like, you getting me hot. You getting me hot right now, Mr. Lee. Like, you know, I know what I said about Shorty, bro, but she making pretty good claims, fam, and you making excuses. And, you know, the judge just told you not to make no excuses, fam. You just keep going, bro. You just keep going. Like, you really, oh, man.
Well, Your Honor.
Like every time I get off the highway, I got to come down the street and go past like
And Mr.
several
Lee-
different
Your Honor, we had a juice and cleanse that we were on. On this day in particular, we were gonna go to a brunch. It was a friend's birthday, so we decided we were gonna go to the brunch.
You took somebody to a brunch when they are starving?
It was his friend, not mine. I was just being supportive.
Okay, y'all should have dropped the card off and kept it moving. Because that right there is a recipe for failure. What happened?
So we got there, everything was fine. Before we even left, I said, okay, let's go ahead and replenish on our water and our juices, so once we get there, we're fine. Now, I know the juice cleanse does make him have to go to the bathroom, and me too. But it was like 5 or 6 times, Your Honor, where he was like, oh, baby, I need to go to the bathroom. So he runs off to the bathroom, and by the 6th time, I'm noticing that every time he goes, he's there longer and longer. So this last time, I said, well, I'm just gonna follow him to the bathroom and see what he doing. So I get over by the bathroom, Your Honor, and he's at the bar eating a plate of food. Now, I was hungry too, but I just feel like he was lying. That was just another way of lying.
And he was lying. That's what happens.
Absolutely.
I was not lying. I was going to the restroom. I just was stopping to eat on the way there. So
But Your Honor, it was the
if she
last
don't know what's
day.
going on, that's not lying.
Yes,
But it was the last day,
It's called
Your Honor.
a lie of omission versus a lie of commission. And let me say something to you, Mr. Lee, and I hope you receive this in the spirit in which I'm giving it to you. You're used to being the fat, funny guy. Stop it. You don't have to entertain the world to make them see you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Game recognized game. Just
That's
one.
real, man. That's real. I agree with the judge, man. It's people that they don't get that attention, that genuine attention. They gotta play dumb. They gotta make jokes, just to stand out, just to want to be in the crowd. That's real.
Let you know. I need you to focus on you for a minute.
I am. I'm trying to every day.
What's your workout regimen?
Well, in the mornings between 6 and 7, me and my friend, we go to the gym and we do burnouts. We do mostly arms. We play basketball for at least like an hour, 30 minutes. And before he go to work, we'll do like a sauna.
But see, Your Honor, he doesn't want to work out with me. He'll go work out with his friends, but when it's something I like, hey, baby, let's go do it. He's not adamant
I
about
submitted
it.
evidence too, Your Honor.
I'd love to see that. May I see the
Yeah, I
evidence?
submitted evidence. Yeah, all of that.
Let's see this
All of
evidence.
that up in there. Thank you,
Okay.
thank you. She ain't even clapping.
Okay,
She
that
ain't
was
even clapping.
What I said, I hope he got some type of evidence, and I hope he got a before and after too.
I'm happy. That was okay.
Miss Brown, I don't
Yeah.
care if it's 2 machines. I don't care if it's 1 machine. What I do know, he has more success when he either works out on his own or with his workout buddies. Let
Because
me
you steady putting him down.
make a guess.
He's not an army sergeant like her. This is before I go to the gym with her, because I know it's gonna be some drama.
You don't have to work out with your partner if it works for him to do it separately.
Can you
But
say
Your
that again,
Honor,
Your Honor?
it is
Hold on,
affecting
hold on.
our
Could you
sex
say that
life, and
again,
that
Your
is
Honor?
something that we do together.
Yep.
She said
So
we don't
how
have
is
to.
it affecting your sex life?
Your Honor, Vincent is only able to do 2 positions.
No, she only allowed me to do 2 positions. Don't say that on TV.
Okay. Well,
Told y'all this girl is here to embarrass this man, bro. I'm telling you.
Vincent has 2 positions that works for me in our body size. As you can see, I'm about 125 and he's about 325. So it's
17.
a big okay. So it's
Mr.
making a
Lee?
difference on our sex life.
Miss
Yeah.
Brown just said to you, intimacy is not something that makes her excited because of your size. Did you
Other
hear
those
her?
2 positions.
No, but did you hear her?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
fact that she brought it up
Yes.
says that that's a problem.
And we talked about this several times.
Okay, so if that's a problem and you want this woman in your life, that means you have to show her that there are some positive changes that you are making that she's also satisfied with. You know how I just said to her, she can't expect you to do everything on her timeline? You can't expect her to wait for your timeline either. Because in every relationship, both partners have the ability to say, my needs have changed.
Yes.
And Mr. Lee, you don't want to lose your woman if this is the woman that you love.
I do love her, and I do want to be with her.
You willingly submitted to a polygraph examination.
Because I didn't do anything. I don't have nothing to hide. She give me 50 on. You
All
can hook
right.
me up right now.
Corey,
Don't do it, Corey. Where you going, Corey?
Surprise, surprise.
I ain't gonna lie, fam. She give me some vibes, fam. You feel me? And I know, you know, doing the nasty is like one of the biggest things in a relationship, fam. You only could do 2 positions because of y'all size, bro. But she give me the vibe, but she got somebody on the side, but he doing 5'6", you know, 5'6" positions up in her thing. You just don't know.
so I'm going to move off this issue because you know what you have to do, sir. And the two of you have to determine whether or not it's enough to stay together. But that's not the bigger issue. Ms. Brown, I understand you're concerned about some cheating, and that's what has actually brought you to divorce court.
Absolutely, Your Honor. So he disappears a lot. There was one day in particular where he was supposed to be installing a security camera. That's what he told me.
Mr. Lee is like a handyman. He takes care of
yes, he does
construction and any assistance in that regard, home improvement, that kind of stuff, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so he's doing, and oftentimes that schedule can be a little iffy. I get that.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Yes, so this day in particular,
Hey, look, check this out. I know he an overweight man, but since he a handyman, he definitely could get some play. Especially if the female don't got the bread to pay.
was gone longer than expected, which was fine. But later on that night when he came home, everything was normal. Then he slipped up and told me that he actually installed a stripper pole that night. So I was like, oh, well, what happened to the security camera? Is that why you were gone all night? Did the girl give you a stripper pole dance, test out the pole before you left as well? And he was like, oh, yeah, Your Honor.
I was making a joke, and so I was just like...
You lucky Corey don't jump across there, because all I can see is Corey just shaking his head like, what?
Your Honor, I don't think it was funny. You said you were going to do a security camera. You end up doing a stripper pole.
If you tell a person you're in a relationship with you about to put up a stripper pole, they going to already suspect stuff.
Anytime a person lies to avoid a conflict, they create a conflict. Trust me on that.
I mean, I know that now, but
yeah, you do.
At the time, I'm like, I'm about to get this check, bring it home, and that's it.
And I understand that. How about you don't tell her that it's a security camera? Tell them you're going to do a job, and it may take longer.
She might be low, but she feisty. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So in other words, you would rather lie.
That particular one time I did.
We're going to sit with that lie. When you came home.
And I do apologize for lying.
There was also another time.
Oh, my Lord.
Where he was out.
Accusations.
You didn't tell the story yet. Wait a minute. So he was out with his friends, boys not out, no problem at all. He was out later than expected. At this time, it was like 3:45 a.m. I had called, text, no response. That's not normal, but I wasn't gonna put on my shoes and go looking for him. So I just so happened to be outside in the driveway at this time. Not that I was waiting on him, but I was outside in the driveway. And I see him pull up. So I go over to the car, like everything is fine. Hey, sweetie, mwah. So I just so happened to look in the back seat, and I saw something shiny. I thought it was maybe a piece of candy or something like that, which he's not supposed to be eating anyway, so that's why I just reached in to see what it was. And it was a piece of ripped off condom wrapper on the floor. So I picked it up and asked him, what is this about? Who is this for?
No.
Like, what is this for? And he said, wait a minute, he said it was probably on the bottom of his friend's shoe when they were in the car. I don't know where him and his friends were for him to have a condom wrapper on the bottom of the shoe anyway. But that was a very far-fetched story for him to just think of.
Because you know there ain't nothing but condom wrappers outside the strip club.
I was not at the strip club.
Where were you, dear?
We was in a real dirty neighborhood. And it was trash, debris, cups.
There is a reason that sometimes I need a polygraph.
Like
you willingly submitted to a polygraph examination?
Because I didn't do anything. I don't have nothing to hide. She give me 50 on. You can hook me up right now.
Corey?
Don't do it, Corey. Where you going, Corey?
Surprise, surprise.
I'm talking about right there, ready for it.
I'm ready too.
Mr. Lee, you willingly submitted to a polygraph examination performed by a certified polygraph examiner from Investigative Solutions.
Your Honor, before you read the results, I just want to say I absolutely love my Vincent. We talked about marriage and everything like that, but if the results come back that he's been doing some fishy stuff, I want him out today. But yeah, no.
You were asked, the day you installed the stripper pole, did you have sexual intercourse with anyone other than Jada?
And did not.
You answered no. The results indicate you were being truthful.
Thank you. A little loud on.
Man ain't gonna cheat on you, man. Especially you got that gawk.
This side, a little loud on this side.
What's the next one, Judge?
Thank you.
What's the next one?
There were 3 questions.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 more.
The day you installed the stripper pole, Did you have sexual, physical contact with anyone other than Jada? So we know how to ask a question.
Okay.
You answered no.
Right?
The results indicate you were being truthful.
I was wet. I was wet. Nothing.
Okay.
The
A little louder in
third
the middle, a little
question. The third
sorry.
question. Since the start of dating Jada, have you had intercourse with any other woman? You answered no. The results indicate you were being truthful.
What? Thank you. Can I get a hug? We talking about 4 of them. Yeah. Now get on over there. Thank you. You feel free now? I feel free.
Yes.
Miss Brown, you got something you want to say to Mr. Lee?
I'm sorry.
That's all. Just sorry.
The man said, I love you.
I love you
with
too.
everything in me, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Now we going on cheat night tonight. I'm talking about ribs, macaroni.
Some steak.
I'm talking about stuff in there. I want a hamburger wrapped around the chicken wing and some macaroni.
Mr. Lee?
Yeah, I was just.
Mr. Lee, I'm praying that you will take seriously your weight loss.
I am being serious.
Because it's not just about weight loss. It's about living a healthier,
It's a life
better
change.
life.
It's a life change.
How old are you?
40.
44 years old. I made the determination it was time for me to make a change.
And at your age, fam, they do prostate exams, fam. So, man, come on. I don't know if you already did it already, but you don't want to go up there and you do it, and then they got to do biopsy and stuff like that, and they find, like, God forbid though, but fam, like, come on.
At 47, when I was diagnosed with heart disease, and I had to have open heart surgery, and I'm talking a real kind where they crack your chest and take your heart out of your body. Heart disease is the #1 killer of all Americans, the #1 killer of African Americans, the #1 killer of African American men. You're 3 for 3. Get yourself together.
I'm working every day.
Get yourself
Twice
together.
a day.
This young lady deserves a husband who is alive. She's too young to be a widow.
And I want to be that.
We're done here. That's my verdict.
You serious you gonna change?
Look, I apologize for not being like for the sneaking eating,
Yeah.
and for not wanting to work out with you. I do want to work out with you.
Okay.
But you need to chill, though. You be doing too much at one time.
We're gonna have that salad and steak tonight. No steak? All right, you doing your thing, baby. Changes already.
Made.
I don't even want to believe she real, man. I don't even want to believe that, man. But hey, man, it's like I said, like there's always somebody out there for somebody. Everybody could go find their match for sure. You feel me? But what I got to say about Mr. Lee, man, Mr. Lee need to tighten up, dog. Mr. Lee need to tighten up. I'm just trying to, Mr. Lee need to tighten up, man. Cause you 40, man, you getting up there in age, bro. What if you have a child with this woman, Don't you want to be there for the child? Don't you want to be there for the both of them? And she real serious about it, because she noticed that, you do got something, you overweight, fam. She noticed that, and she want to help you get there, bro. She want to help you to be the best man you could be, but you got to be the best man for yourself first. So like the judge said, you got to work on your priorities, man, And she seemed like she really like her, man. She for him, man. She love her Vincent, like she said, and I hope like, I don't know, 6 months from now we see Mr. Vincent or something. I just see him on IG or something, and he lose like 50, 60 pounds or whatever, just seeing that, putting in that work. This hit home for me because I'm also overweight as well. I know I was getting on him. I got my issues too, but we've been working over here. So, Mr. Lee, man, you see this video, man. I hope, I'm encouraging you, man. To be the best man you want to be, man. Go out there, put the work in. Continue to keep working with your homeboy, man. 2 a day. That's great, man. Keep drinking your water, man. Keep eating your veggies, cut off the stuff you need to cut off, man, so you can enjoy life, man, and be with your lady. All right, that's my closing statements, man. All right, Big Lord TV, we out.